Hi friends, thanks so much for joining me today. For those of you who are new here, my name is Chrissy. I'm a 39-year-old Canadian expat here to chase the dream. And you're talking about I'm going through a career transition. I've moved cities for it, and I am embracing this new life. So there you go. I'm here doing all of that while I'm paying off just over £9,000 worth of credit card debt on a single income. Now, 2023 was a really rough year for me because I went through a lot of, as a landlord, I went through a lot of obligations, repair obligations for the downstairs flat, my tenant's flat as well, and I wasn't insured. So I'm a brand new landlord renting out my home and using I guess it's all so new to me. So it's a lesson learned. I had to cash flow quite a hefty, like 7 grand worth of repairs, and therefore I felt really pinched. And I am using this channel to recover and stay accountable and hopefully pay down my debts. Okay, so today's video is all about checking in because November is the last chance for it. So here we go. I'm gonna go straight in because I'm waffling on way too much on the intro. Okay, so in November the 1st, my rent came out to £1,225. My gas and electric, 9703. My service charge, which is for my tenants, for my investment flat, it's 9784. Now, come January, I'm going to pay the annual rent, so you wouldn't see this in January's budget. So fantastic news, because I could use that £97 somewhere else. My water rate is £30.35, and my personal spend that day is £26.40. And what actually, if you hear the siren, I live on a high street, and that's London for you. Okay, so I had a little bit of a I had every intention on the Monday, on the 30th here to do some grocery shopping, but it didn't actually work out, only because my car wouldn't start, and it's probably because my car battery is about 7 years old and I barely drive it. So yeah, the cell life of it is terrible. So luckily, RAC, the call out was absolutely free, which is fantastic. And all I had to do was pay for a brand new battery, which was £128.99, which came out of my emergency fund. I later found out, because I've been reviewing my budget, that I put £300 towards car maintenance. So I think I'm gonna use $128.99 out of that sinking funds and recover my emergency fund. Anyway, I will do that later on. And so my personal expenses that day was $7.90 from TFL for the tube, £4.40 for lunch, and £14.10 for a box of cigarettes and some cordial that I wanted to bring to my boyfriend's house. So there we go. The following day was my friend's birthday, is on the 2nd. Guys, I overspent on this day, and I recognize that. So I was at the office. I spent £2 for croissants, breakfast, £7.50 for, 2 train fees and etc. £1.85 for a snack, and £75, a whopping £75 for my friend's birthday. So my friend's birthday, she had bought like loads of nibbles and bottles of wine to start off the party, but it didn't really last long because a lot of people did come. So I bought 2 rounds of shots and then some nibbles. So yeah, I wanted her to have a good time, and therefore, I mean, I wasn't the only one buying extra stuff. It just happened that I was just over enthusiastic about it. So yeah, £75 I've spent there. That is okay. Anyway, moving on Friday, I got paid from my pub job, so $205.15, which is a strong starter. Excellent stuff. And I bought 2 boxes of cigarettes for £23.20. On Saturday the 4th, I spent $14.24, and that is because I did like a 10.5-hour shift at the pub. I was knackered. My boyfriend was coming over, so I decided to buy some pizza. to treat us both. And then the next day I had a no spend day, which is fantastic because I had leftover pizza. And yeah, and I went to work there as well. So moving on to the second week. Oh, moving on to the second week. By the way, recapping on like the first week. Let me just tell you right now. Let me just tell you right now. I budgeted 100 pounds for week one, obviously 20 pounds a day, and I spent 150 pound 19, so obviously overspending 50 pound 19. I'm hoping for the rest of November I will recover that, so somehow little by little I'm going to underspend that overage there, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna recover that overage. Oh geez, there we go. Okay, going back on the 6th, I paid my council tax for 103 pounds. This is also the day before my other friend's birthday, and I had to ask her, what do you want for your birthday? I'm so lost. Do you want to go out for dinner? Do you want a gift or whatever? And she's saying that, the news of Gaza, and it's really heartbreaking for her. So she would prefer that any of her birthday gifts were going to in some form of donation. So I agreed to that. I thought that was a great idea and very, very selfless as well. I'm thinking of doing that myself. And so 30 pounds I put towards the Gaza appeal, and I took that out of my tithe budget. So luckily I didn't have to take that out of my personal spend. And I had money for a giving budget anyway, so great stuff. My personal spend that day was $28.93. This is where we had a staff party from the pub. And I decided to, I was really having a good time, guys. I spent £2.72 on a pint of Pepsi. Drinks and wine were all included there. I paid $2.99 on my printer subscription, my HP. You spend $2.99 a month to get ink for like, yeah, it's a subscription service, guys. And I print about maybe 50 pages a month because I use it quite a lot, and being a paralegal, I have to look at contracts on paper. Anyway, moving forward, the big spend there was $23.22 on pizza because I wanted the rest of the party to enjoy some nibbles from Domino's Pizza, and yeah, that's where I spent some money there. Moving forward, on the 7th, I spent $25.20, and that is 2 boxes of cigarettes, which equals to $23.20, and 2 pounds for spices. I bought a lemon, I bought some coriander, and I made a really nice chicken soup with leftover chicken I had over the weekend. Moving forward on the 8th. So a little bit of news. My boyfriend has been trying to find a second job for the longest time, and he finally got one, which is fantastic news. And I've always said to him, if you do get one, I will take you out on a date. So that's exactly what happened. So a big spend there. So to start off with, so we were already in central London. I spent $7.99 on a sponge because I was staying over his, and I forgot my makeup sponge, and I can't do foundation or concealer without it. So that is a no-brainer. So 2 pounds for croissant, which is for breakfast, £9.60 for TFL. It's a little bit higher because I've been tapping everywhere, just traveling all over. So it was a nice, the Christmas lights went on in Regent Street and Carnaby Street, and it was just fantastic vibe. It was a great day overall because we were just exploring London. I spent 144 pounds on a fancy sushi restaurant, which, I know it's overspent, but it's not very often that we go out, and it's a celebration dinner. And I use 136 of that from my miscellaneous fund, and the remaining 8 pounds on my personal spend, which is why I've overspent on my personal spend, and obviously my miscellaneous is just a big day. I spent 64 pounds on Christmas gifts that day. I bought something from an Instagram shop, which is great. I hope the quality is going to be really good. And I spent 77 pounds on on Primark stuff for my niece. So I bought loads of cute outfits from Primark. I only see my niece once a year nowadays, which is, like, is heartbreaking. It's another story, but yeah, I don't see her often. And to me, being her godmother, I have no budget for her, so I will spend. No problem. Okay, moving on. So I spent a lot of money that day, okay? On Thursday the 9th, I spent $5.99 on my Apple Music subscription. I spent £23.90 on breaking it down. Well, actually, no. Okay. My personal spend, I spent £23.90, but I actually spent £66.45. A big part of that was snacks for my desk, because I somehow Holland & Bear decided to pull me in with a 2-for-1 offer, and I bought loads of pistachios, almonds, chocolate covered hazelnuts, and whatever, and £11.80 on cigarettes, and £31.10 on a takeaway. Now, my boyfriend understands that I'm going through a financial journey, so he paid for half the takeaway, he paid for half the takeaway, so which is quite generous. Moving forward, on the 10th, I spent £2.99 on my iCloud memory, which is, I guess a lot of people have it nowadays. It's just a larger subscription for your for the cloud. I got paid £285.89 from the pub, which is a fantastic paycheck, because I have been working hard, and I got I like some of that was from trunk payments as well, so great. I spent $75.64 on airport parking, because I'm just getting ready for, I fly on the 10th of December, okay, and I had to get ready for it, so there you go. And I spent $3.99 that day, so I was really good. I spent that on some chicken and chips from a chicken shop. Moving forward, on Saturday, I spent £5.60. I worked at the football club, and I needed something to eat before I started my shift. So I went to Sainsbury's, got a meal deal, and I bought some coffee there as well. And then on Sunday, which was yesterday, I spent £9.92, and that is from drinks after work. So I stayed later, kind of, caught up with everybody that got off in the, a few of us were off at the same time, so we decided to stay for a drink and then stay for some nibbles, and just had a nice little social gathering. So £9.92 is quite a mediocre evening nowadays. Hopefully I won't be I hope it remains at this level, because before it was about £17 I would spend on going out for drinks with my pub mates, but there we go. It's £9.92, and I think I did well. And let me tell you, I think I did. So, looking at what my monthly budget, let me zoom you out on this. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so I, looking at my variable spends, week 1, obviously overspent. Week 2, I underspent £14.87, which is great, because that means by no time I would have recovered that £50 spend and then some to throw into my debt. So at the moment, I have planned to put in £399.94 extra debt repayment for my Virgin credit card, which means it's at the level where I'm not getting, where I'm not paying interest, but there is also another credit card, which is my American Express, which I have been using for the flights and all the December festivities for. So yeah, that is another video on its own. But yeah, that is my check-in today. Let me zoom you out. That is my check-in today, guys. I thought I should check in because every time I do check in and do check-ins, I do really well in the month. So I'm hoping this will continue. So yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much. And I will hopefully, the next topic I do want to cover is my new book. So I bought a new book, and I just want to tell you how I want to set it up. Okay, so yeah, anyway, I better go. But yeah, have a great day, and I will speak to you on the next video. Bye.